Hey guys, I'm finally back. Sorry for the somewhat long break here. Work's been crazy with this COVID thing going on and everything. I just haven't had time to get around to anything. Doing something a little different today. This is going to be a ICC mount farm video. So this is how to repeatedly farm the Invincible mount from the Lich King and Icecrown Citadel on multiple characters without having to clear the entire dungeon. Or raid rather. So you want to have a dummy character set up. In this case, it's my Demon Hunter. So this character has cleared all the way up to Lich King on 25-man normal. It's very important that you do it on normal and important that you do it as 25-man. You'll see I'll open my raid info tab here. So I've done this just one time, and you can see that only Vilithria, which you don't need to kill, and Lich King are left alive, and again, it's 25-man normal. And every week, I just extend this raid lockout. So I've only done it one time, and I just have to extend the raid lockout. This character, again, is the lockout holder, and he never full clears the dungeon. So you're always going to have one character that doesn't get the full clear in, but if you have multiple 120s on the same faction, you can keep clearing it on them using this little trick. So you start a raid group. In this case, I just call it my own name. I go under the pre-made groups and go under custom. You don't need to do minimum eye level, voice chat, private. I've tried doing private before, so random people don't try to invite themselves to the group, but it made it hard to find, so I just leave all that stuff wide open. You create the group like I did, and then I'm going to pop over to one of my other characters here. And the way this works is when you create that group, even while you're offline, the actions that like you take or somebody takes trying to get into that group, they get stored for like up to 3 to 5 minutes. So in this case, I'm going to seek out that group that I created, even though the group creator is offline right now. And I'm going to apply to it. So you'll see once I get loaded in here, I'm going to go into pre-made groups, custom, find a group. I'm going to type in the group name, and again, it was just my name. I find it, and I hit sign up, sign up. So now that sign up is queued for 5 minutes, and it kind of just, hangs out there in the nether. So I'm able to log back over to my Demon Hunter. And once we get onto him, you'll see the normal like pending invite thing when somebody signs up to your group. Get loaded up. Okay, so we're in. You see the lights flashing. I got one pending invite. It's from myself. I'm going to go ahead and hit accept. And then finally, I'm going to log back over. And once we get back on the rogue, there'll be a pending group invite waiting. So what I do, I'll plant myself in the Stormwind portal room. And you'll see why here in a second. I'll kind of describe it. But the time it takes me to go from the Stormwind portal room after accepting the invite to go from the Stormwind portal room to ICC, it's almost perfectly in time with the leader of the group being offline long enough that it'll pass me lead. So you'll see what'll happen here. I'll get loaded in. So there's my invite. Again, that sits in queue for like 5 minutes. So as long as you get logged in fairly quickly, those sorts of things they'll pop right up and be waiting for you. So you can see here, that's my Demon Hunter over on the left. You can see he still has group lead. So right now what's going to happen, I'm going to fly over there, and when I zone in, it's going to ask me if I want to get saved to the current lockout. So again, because my Demon Hunter cleared it on 25-man normal, I'm going to be able to accept being saved to that lockout. And then what you're able to do, and this only works with Wrath of the Lich King raids, so you can do this in Ulduar too if you want to farm those mounts. You can convert it from normal to heroic, and it saves all the bosses that you killed on normal, and it just leaves the bosses that are left alive on heroic version too. So in this case, since the Lich King mount only drops on heroic 25, I'm able to walk straight into the Lich King room and just farm him repeatedly on multiple characters. So we'll zone in here, and you can see that again the timing. If you're in the Stormwind portal room, by the time you fly here, once I get in, it's going to ask me to save, and then within like 10 or 15 seconds, it's going to pass lead over to my rogue because my Demon Hunter's been offline long enough, and then I'll be able to convert it. So you guys will see here. So this is the normal prompt. So it's asking me to be saved to 10 out of 12 bosses defeated on normal, and Demon Hunter still has the lead. You go to your loot window, and it usually defaults to whatever the current mode is, so you can see it said normal there. So now it just passed me lead, so I'm going to be able to go. I click on heroic under raid difficulty. It'll reload really quick, and then it's going to ask me if I want to be saved to 10 out of 12 bosses on heroic, which is exactly what you want. So now Demon Hunter is useless at this point. I just remove him from the group. You don't really have to do that. All the teleports are available because it's registering as all the other bosses are killed, so I can go straight to the upper spire. Loot window showing heroic. Check it. Still, you know, Invincible Reins is available there. You can only get it on 25-man heroic in this raid. And I'll be able to zone right into the Lich King room and farm him repeatedly. So you talk to Tyrion, let him do the RP and all that shit. And Lich King will come down and you kill him. It probably saves a good, like, 45 minutes per run. Not that, you know, clearing Icecrown on a level 120 character or any high-level character really takes that much time. It's just kind of a big raid to go through. All the bosses, all the mobs just fall over. You one-shot everything, but it's just quite a bit of running around. So if you get all your transmog done and you don't need anything from the other bosses, this is a great way to just repeatedly farm Lich King on multiple characters, and you just do the same thing every time. So once I kill him here, I, of course, won't get them out because my luck is terrible. And I'll go back to my Demon Hunter. I'll create another group. I'll log on to, say, my Mage or my Priest. I'll apply to that group, back to my Demon Hunter. I'll accept the invite, and then back onto my Mage or Priest, and I'll accept the invite to the group, and then I'll fly here. And again, you accept the prompt that asks you to be saved 25-man normal, and then within a few seconds of doing that, you'll get past lead, and you can convert it over to a 25-man heroic and just walk straight up here and start killing them. So hopefully this helps people. I'm sure this information is probably out there. I remember when I was looking up how to do this, I couldn't find anything like clear cut, and I ended up having to like ask a few people on Reddit before I finally got like a really good answer about how it all works. And of course I went and tried to do it in like Draenor and Cataclysm and like some other raids, and they had fixed it by that point. They never went back and fixed it for Wrath of the Lich King raids. So again, it'll still work here, and I think the only other place that it's really applicable would be Old Dwar, because the only other mount bosses in here are or in this expansion are like one-man or one-boss raids or whatever, like Sartharian and ones like that. But you could of course use it for like transmog farming too. You know, like if there was certain Naxx bosses at the very end of Naxx that you wanted to farm repeatedly, but you didn't need anything else before them, you could do the same trick there. So hopefully this helps people. We'll get back to doing some like Mythic Plus and some harder content soon. But in the meantime, this is what I got. So take care, guys. Thanks.